And Steve and your Political Week in Review, broadcasting live on the Really American Media platform. It's been another wild boar of a week. Oink, oink. The political dumpster's ablaze, but let's put out this shit show and reload your brain with the facts you actually need. All right, you little bastards. It's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Come on, you feline. Start scratching the post. Holy moly. Take it away, gentlemen.
All right, we will, and we're just in like Flint, right, ready to go. The Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve. Thank you so much for joining the live podcast here on the Really American Media platform.
Yeah, everything he just said. Yeah, this is the live show. A lot of people are like, hey, I made it for the live show. So, yeah, that's what's going on now. We're really here, and we're talking to just you, so... Thanks for stopping by. But comment on whatever we're talking about. And if you, like so many others, would like to contact us directly, go to thevocalminority.net. It's a website. It's ours. You'll figure it out from there.
Yeah, and then we'll probably converse with you there. We've had some interesting people coming in as of late. In fact, Stephen, some interesting comments as of late. If you tuned into Tuesday's podcast, we kicked it off with somewhat of a polarizing topic, I suppose, talking about
how
sexual
far left
identity.
Is
What's that?
How far left is two left?
Yeah, how far left is two left. And yeah, some good comments. Some people were a little confused, and I get that because, well, I was confused going into it. How left is too far left, okay? But we got some good ones, dude. Great discussion on sexuality and identity. I admit to having mixed feelings on some of the issues, and this addresses and clarified much of my thought process.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm betting an older viewer.
Yeah, probably so.
And that's not an insult. It is the older generation, and I'm talking like 60 plus, just is not, I don't want to say they're not as accepting, they're not as understanding of some of these, certainly transgender or gender neutral or some of these newfangled things, you know.
Completely.
Absolutely new, but...
Here's another one, dude. Thank you guys. You guys are the real truth social. That is what they are scared of. The bloody truth, mate. Look forward to the next real news.
Okay.
How do you
I
like
don't
that?
know that I don't like the word the real truth social. That's weird.
Come on.
But
I get it. We're getting it. We're giving the truth here, Steve.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look at that half full comment. All right.
Yeah. Oh, okay. How about this one? Maybe you'll like this one better. This is one of the best shows out there. Thanks, Nick and Steve. You guys, Aaron Parness and Surrey Crow, all my favorites.
Yeah, it's nice. Although I don't know who the last person is. Who is it? Surrey Crow?
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
I don't, but maybe we should check them out.
Apparently. But all right. That person's smart and accurate. So
Okay, good.
all right, yeah, it's a Friday. We survived another political week and things to discuss, right? Today's one of these days I'm looking forward to the show. Just I have things to get off my chest.
All right. Well, we always love it. Always love it when you do.
This is Need to Know News. News you need to know.
Hello, Americans. This is Paul Harvey. Stand by for news.
By the way, the majority of listeners did hear you belch into the microphone as we started the podcast on Tuesday, and we didn't get any complaints. Everyone was laughing, thought you were great. So,
Well, good. I don't know what to do with any of that anymore. Nick and I, for years, we started off as young, immature radio guys, and we used to, fart and burp on the mic all the time. We thought it was hilarious, but the older we're getting, the less our audience finds it hilarious. So.
we did receive a few, like in the past, of like, I will never listen again, you vulgar bastards.
Oh, I see. I should probably know this then. Surrey Crow is with Midas Touch. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Thank you. See? Well, that's what we do here. We get together, we chat. Chat's heating up now. We keep each other informed.
I got to be honest with you. As with all of our years in radio, I rarely listen to what the other people are doing. And I mean pro and con. Like, I don't really follow a lot of liberals. I don't follow a lot of conservatives. Like, I'm aware, and there's some I check in. But for the most part, I know what we're doing. That's all I really care about. So
Yeah, well, we're different that way because I do follow most people, but I get it. Hey, listen, also, I want to give a big shout out to Adam Mockler, who has just been tearing it up on CNN lately. He's doing a fantastic job and really pile driving some bastards over there.
yeah, are we going to play that video later? Or?
I don't have it. No, I just wanted to
You just want to shout him out?
Give a little shout out. I know he probably checks us out from time to time. So.
I would assume so. Yeah, listen, Mockler is part of that young group out there, Dean, and who's that other one? But anyways, like, this is what I'm saying.
Parker.
Yeah. I don't intimately check everyone out, but I love the fact that we have some young progressives coming up through the ranks, and I love that Scott Jennings got so snowflake triggered by Mockler that he had to, drop an F-bomb on CNN. So.
Yeah, get your effing finger out of my face.
Yeah, who's the mature one between the two of them, right? The 23-year-old or the 88-year-old or however the fuck old he is.
Trolled him throughout the conversation, too. He was like, I get it why you're so pissed off. This war is not going your way.
That's right.
So.
Glad to cut a live show. Greetings from Michigan. What part of Michigan? Fun stuff. Ann Arbor, originally, over here. So.
There you go.
Okay. All right, let's talk about some news, shall we?
Yeah, let's talk about this shooting that took place, or did it, at the congressional dinner.
Well, one of my favorite topics around here, which I haven't done in a while, is Steve was right. Steve was right. I just said on the last show that there was no proof that this shooter actually fired a shot.
Right.
So I don't know if it's fair we're calling him a shooter, and
it's a valid point.
Yeah. And, I mean, that makes a small difference, I suppose, in the grand scheme of things. But it is a significant fact, right? If he gets shot off or not.
Oh, of course, dude. And also, like, just for conversation, like, how many times in your life have you been going to do something that was technically wrong and almost did it but didn't follow through with it?
I mean, it's a legitimate question if you ask me, especially when you're talking about trying somebody for a crime. The alleged shooter of Charlie Kirk, they can't match the bullet to his gun.
Right.
So I said here, like, my defense would just be then, I showed up with a gun. Yeah, I was going to shoot Charlie Kirk, but I changed my mind. You can't prove that was my bullet. Yeah. So you can prosecute me for showing up with a firearm or something, but you don't have any proof I shot him. Yeah. And similarly with this, what if that guy, after he ran up the stairs, was like, you know what? Maybe I don't want to do this.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. And not that it makes a huge difference, but it makes a difference because, I mean, I'm assuming this guy will probably be going to jail for a long time, right?
Well, one would assume.
It's the Trump DOJ.
Says more of a runner than a shooter he was.
Exactly, dude.
So,
I've got a little
video.
Yeah, let's play this video, dude. Newsweek put this. It's a short story, but makes some good points. So check this out. Watch closely and see what you think here.
A newly released video in the Cole Allen shooting case is raising serious questions about what actually happened during the attempted attack on Donald Trump. The footage shows the 31-year-old moving quickly through a security checkpoint at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, heading toward the ballroom where Trump and top officials were gathered. But there's a key detail that's now getting a lot of attention. In the video, a sniffer dog alerted on Allen shortly before the incident, suggesting he may have been carrying weapons or explosive materials as he approached the secured area. Moments later, chaos. Authorities say Allen fired at a Secret Service agent who returned fire. The agent was hit in the vest and survived. But Allen's defense team is pushing back hard. They argue the video doesn't clearly show him firing a weapon, pointing out there's no visible muzzle flash and questioning whether there's solid ballistic evidence tying him to the shot. There's also been some inconsistency from officials. At one point, the Secret Service director suggested Allen may not have been shot at all and instead went down after falling near the checkpoint before being restrained within seconds. What we do know, Allen is charged with attempting to assassinate the president after allegedly planning the attack and traveling across state lines with weapons. Trump was rushed out safely and no one was killed. But with this new footage now public, the speculation is only getting more intense.
I don't know why they didn't show Trump falling there. I mean, I've noticed that some people are omitting that from their stories.
Yeah. How'd that guy's shirt come off? I mean, this is not the most important fact, but
no, I wondered it too, dude. I seriously did. I was like, why is he naked? And I'm only assuming it's so they could really search him. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, to make sure he didn't have like a suicide vest on or something.
Yeah, just like, let's get it happening quickly here.
Someone oil this man up.
Right, yes. There was a grinder party in town that night, from what I understand. So.
Probably. But okay, a few things. First of all, what's the point of having the dog there if you're going to ignore the dog when it's like, woof, woof, this guy? You're like, what? Do you no guns on you? Okay, you're fine, sir.
So many people, dude, are talking about these checkpoints. And I mean, people that were there, there were a bunch of Fox correspondents talking that is, caught on tape about how lax these checkpoints are, and people showing screenshots of their ticket. You would think that you would have to be confirmed up and down to be there. And like I said last week, I don't get, dude. With Trump just pissing away America's money like he does, why didn't he clear the hotel? No one can stay here. I mean, it's all ours for the night.
It is weird that they would have that level of an event at a hotel open to the public at the time.
Yeah.
And the Trump administration's gotten a little grief because of the, what do they call it? The order of succession, where you have like the designated survivor. All of the top people were there, so they had no designated survivor. But yeah, why was a hotel open, to the public? One of the MS Now people said that I walked up to the hotel and they were like, "Oh, you're a guest here," and they just waved me through. And she was like, "I wasn't a guest there. They never asked for my ID." So
that's crazy, dude.
That's weird. Ignoring the dog is weird. I hate to agree with Trump on anything, but what he said about that guy is correct. Damn, he's fast. Looks like the fucking road runner's running through that thing.
Yeah.
But in that video, you clearly see the guy that he's running towards when he first goes through the metal detector. He fires off a shot.
Here's just the video. And from the very beginning.
Okay, so he's running through, that cop shoots. And look, straight across from the cop, somebody hits the ground.
Yeah, right. I think it's this middle person on the wall.
Which would make sense because that's where the gun is aimed at.
Yeah. And especially when he runs.
Right.
Because he fires twice.
Shot fired right there.
Yeah.
And look who's straight across from that gun.
Now, you see the other two on the outsides run off, but they fall down onto the floor.
Right. The big guy in the middle there hits the ground. Yeah. So, okay, it certainly seems like that was friendly fire.
Yeah.
Again, this makes subtle differences in how this could be prosecuted, but I think we should get the facts right.
Yeah, the DOJ statement officially says there's no evidence of friendly fire. I think that there's no way with this Todd Blanche, this Trump DOJ, that of course it's not friendly fire. Here's Trump being asked in the Oval Office, what about the friendly fire? What do you say?
The Secret Service agent who was shot on Saturday, if that was from friendly fire or if it was from the suspect.
Well, they say it was not friendly fire.
So you're hearing that it's from...
Well, that's what I heard. I mean, I heard that. They said it wasn't friendly fire.
Okay.
It was actually reported. You read the reports because it was actually reported.
Yes, sir. I read through the DOJ memo.
Yeah, but, well, then why do you ask me the question?
I don't believe it said that the agent was struck by...
I'm just saying they said it wasn't friendly fire.
And he hasn't been charged
It wasn't
yet.
us.
What if it was unfriendly fire? Listen, I mean, I don't know how anyone's making that assertion and how they can't possibly prove it. The bullet's got to be around somewhere if it hit the cop's vest.
Of course, dude. It's in the vest. It has to be in there.
Or bounced off, but either way, it doesn't seem like it's worth lying about.
No.
And also, are they asserting it's some John Wick maneuver where the guy ran through and put the gun under his arm and shot off to the side? How would he have even shot that guy over there? He was bolting straight ahead.
Well, I think that they are counting on that. Once he's over there, you can't necessarily see. Did he turn around and open fire?
He's firing over his shoulder as he's running away.
Who knows, dude? But I don't think we'll ever get the truth.
Well, this is the problem. When you lie about things that you can see with your own eyes, then we all do start to feel like it's staged. And what else are you lying about? And,
yes.
I mean, just own the facts of the matter. What's the big deal here? The shooter at the Trump Doral golf course, or I don't know if it was Doral, but the golf course in Florida where the guy was in the bushes.
Yeah.
He never got a shot off. Why? They didn't feel the need to lie about that. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, just think. I'm not saying that these are all staged because I don't have that factual information, but let's just say for a second that they are. I mean, they got to be getting harder and harder to stage. We always talk about, I wish I would have been a thief, back in high school, dude, because it was so easy compared to now. There's cameras everywhere, you know.
John Mulaney's got a great bit about it in the old days when they would do the chalk outline, and then they'd sit there and stare at the chalk outline like, what do you think? Like, now we have DNA evidence, everything's recorded. Like, man, it would really be much easier back then to get away with these things. But
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, so okay, what else you got on this one?
Well, let's see. Trump, the comedian, was asked a pretty serious question, and this kind of goes back to what you were just talking about. Like, all the top officials were there. Like, what would have happened if he would have had a mass killing? You know, like, who would have taken the reins? So this
what
is
if multiple people charged that, or what if he did have an explosive device?
totally,
Like, geez.
yeah. I mean, it could have been disastrous for our country, right? I mean,
And this is a good
geez.
point. Big Beard brings up muzzle flash can be seen from a handgun, but not from a shotgun.
Right? Yes.
Yeah, valid, bud.
So I think this was a good question, and the way Trump answered it, and then the way the people around him just choose to continually lick his anus with laughing and, pushing him up. Oh, you're so funny, sir. It just makes me want to puke. But the question is a valid one.
Follow up on the security changes. Is there talks about you potentially wearing a bulletproof vest moving forward, given you have now been shot at?
I don't
so
know if I
many
can
times?
handle looking 20 pounds heavier. These guys, they look so good. Some of these guys are physical specimens. Some of these guys are trouble. Get him away from me. I don't want to be near him. If you want to gain 20 to 25 pounds, get a vest. And believe me, frankly, the vest did an amazing job because it took a bullet close up.
Wow.
It's all vanity to him, dude.
I was gonna say, just full narcissism as always on display there. His immediate reaction to everything is about vanity.
Yeah.
And when he drools over the good-looking Secret Service agents, or I'm not wearing a vest, don't make me look bulky. Like, well, you're wearing Depends fine, and you don't seem to care that makes you look bulky.
I was gonna say, like, he's got to be really struggling right now with his ankles and everything else. Like, he's got to be feeling bad about himself. But you're right. What's the deal from Arnold Palmer to other sports figures or Secret Service cops? So why does he always talk about them like, ooh, such a specimen? Ooh.
Because he's a vain narcissist. But you know what, Trump, you're right. You don't want to look 20 pounds heaviver, buddy. Yeah, I mean, that's not going to go over well. I concur.
Take it
Everyone
from a
move
big
on.
guy, dude. You don't need any more of that. You'll be fine.
Yes.
And this is something else that was kind of, I don't know if I even want to say it was funny, because I don't think it should be joked about, especially in this setting. But here's just another moment of not only vanity, but let's go on to the other side and talk about a little bullying.
Are you considering relocating NASA's headquarters out of D.C. once the lease is up? States like Texas, Ohio, and Florida.
Well, the best man to tell you that is the man standing right over here. You heard that question? With those beautiful ears of yours? He's got great hearing.
Okay,
Again.
hold on, dude. Look. I mean, this guy does have very large ears, right?
He does. Yes,
But
for sure.
Why? I mean, he's standing there next to a bunch of NASA people. Like, why are we talking about his ears? There's a reason he's in the room.
Narcissism, vanity, like he's commenting on his looks. It's everything we just talked about.
Just nuts. And it kills me that this guy was, this is how he responded.
Hearing, he's got super hearing.
Trick of the trade, sir.
You should have said, oh, what, you asshole? I'm so tired of people not firing back, whether it's reporters or people that are qualified to be in a room having these big conversations. you
Right.
know?
Thanks for bringing back all of my middle school and high school traumatic memories, picking on my fucking ears, as if I haven't achieved enough in this world that I'm unfortunate enough to be standing here next to your fat Depends wearing ass.
Right. Jeez,
Yes,
man.
my ears are big. My brain's 50 times bigger than yours, sir, but thanks.
And notice those astronauts didn't laugh, because
No.
a normal person with a human heart wouldn't think that's real funny. The guy's probably self-conscious about him, like you said, all his life. So what a dick.
Yeah, and if you notice the pictures of those astronauts, they're all standing pretty far away from Trump, and they're all pretty spread out. And,
Yeah.
and you've seen the ones with Biden, and the astronauts are all huddled around him. Like,
Yeah.
Yep, asshole.
Big difference. So I guess our ending on this is, I mean, we're going to have to wait and see what happens. You know, he's obviously been charged. He was arraigned U.S. District Court. Charges listed in the DOJ release are attempted assassination, interstate firearms transportation with intent to commit a felony, and discharge of a firearm during a crime of violence, which they're going to have to prove. So
Yeah. And Judge Perio, whatever, another fucking Fox News person, she said releasing this video proves that it was not from friendly fire. But like Newsweek did a whole assessment. They said it's unclear when in the video if Allen shot the weapon, if he shot the officer. Doubt remains over whether the video confirms this official narratives or shows that the injury was caused by a fellow agent as Allen runs through the metal detector there. 4 muzzle flashes from other guns can be seen, but yeah, like we said, nothing from the gigantic shotgun he's wearing.
yeah, what a thing to run through that gate with, dude. I mean, he did look like an assassin. I will say he looked like one.
Yeah.
Had a tie on.
Hold on. Let that rewind for a second. I've upset somebody. 60 plus. What are you talking about? We were there. We were part of the 60s and 70s on college campuses. We started woke. Is this the same person that emailed us 2 weeks ago? God damn it, people. When I say something about anyone over 60, I don't mean all of you, especially when I'm being very specific about people that are older that aren't open-minded or just don't have exposure to some of these things. Like, yes, the woke 60-year-olds, the liberals, the hippies out there protesting, like my aunt was, like she's got great picture. Like, of course she gets it. Of course you get it. Okay.
Glad you're on the right side of history, dude, but you're going to be blind and looking a fool if we don't address what Steve is saying,
Yes, clearly there is differences with an older generation. Not all of you. I'm not mega. I'm not trying to paint everyone with the same brush. I'm just saying our point was on that topic of transgender, older generations don't tend to get it quite as much. But yes, you're woke. You're progressive. I get it. Love you. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes. And it happens with all generations, dude. I mean, there's people younger than me that think that I'm, a little curmudgeon.
Exactly. So, yes. All right.
There you go.
Moving on. Anything else on that one? Or are we good?
Nope.
Okay. Well, time will tell. Maybe. I mean, are we ever going to hear about this shit again?
Well, you know what? Here's what's funny, because we go back to Butler, Pennsylvania, and have we really ever heard anything about that one?
No,
we haven't heard anything at all.
That investigation.
Closed it up, dude.
Because he's dead. Like, what would be the point?
Yeah.
It's just how liberal is somebody. That's how far the investigation will go.
Yes.
As soon as they figured out the Butler, Pennsylvania kid came from a mega family and was really just out there probably just to do a, grand public shooting. It's like, well, no point in, hammering that any further.
Yeah.
But, the Charlie Kirk guy, they thought they had him as a liberal. That got confusing. So they dropped it. This guy, like, who knows?
And with all things Trump, he always says there's going to be a full investigation and that he will update us. We will update you. We did a story a couple of weeks ago. Peter Ducey from Fox News asked Trump in the Oval Office about scientists that were being murdered and ending up dead. And Trump said, I've heard about it. We'll have to look into that. And he assured everybody that he would. I have that update for you.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Is it going to be silence for the next 60 seconds?
No, it may be a word salad, but it won't be silence.
Okay.
So Peter Ducey checking in, part 2.
There's all these missing scientists who had access to classified material. A bunch of them have turned up they're either missing or they have turned up dead. Have you been briefed yet about whether or not these cases are connected?
Yeah, I have.
And can you tell us if they are connected?
Well, so far, I mean, they're individual. We have a lot of scientists. So when you see, you put together 10, it's a lot, but it's, a very small number compared to what overall. We have a lot of scientists. I was asking that question. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of scientists. So, some of them that we looked at are very sad cases in some cases. Some were sick. Some left this earth self-inflicted. Some had other things. So far, there's not a major, sometimes there's a little bit of a connection anyway, and you say, oh, this is a terrible thing. But so far, we're finding that there's not much of a connection. We'll let you know. We're going to be doing a full report on it. It's very serious.
You already told us you were going to do a full report. Now you told us that you've been briefed and there's nothing there, but we're going to do a full report.
Why would you do a full report? I love that 2 weeks ago, that was news to him. And he was like, what, really? Like, let's look into that. I'll get back to you. The fact that he was pussyfooting there and backtracking, like, that makes me nervous.
Yeah.
There's lots of scientists, lots of people die. Like, when you narrow it down to a group of scientists who work for either NASA or top secret, like, that bubble gets very small. What are the odds that one of them gets murdered, let alone multiple get murdered? What are the odds that one person gets vanished off of the face of the, let alone multiple?
Yeah.
Like, that is not a coincidence whatsoever. And if you've heard the tales of each of these stories, I mean, they're all within a few years of each other. Some of them, though, are within weeks or months of each other.
Yeah.
One scientist just vanished, another just vanished. This one gets murdered, that one gets murdered. Have we solved these murders, by the way? No.
No. And if we have, we haven't heard anything about them.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
this, all this conversation obviously comes just a week or so after I mean, the complete board of science was let go, right? I mean, it's obvious that Trump doesn't want qualified scientists around him that will not kiss the ring. So, yeah,
I don't want to go too conspiratorial, but that sounds to me like he got in some back room. They're like, yes, sir, we're the ones taking him out, or we've sent them to Guantanamo, or Putin did it, and we know you don't want to piss Putin off or something. Like, yeesh.
When he's talking about 10 scientists in that statement, and he says some of them were self-inflicted, like, that's a large number of people to commit suicide from just 10 people.
Especially when one of them said right before they apparently off themselves that I am not depressed if you hear that I have done that. It's like, no. And then magically they're found dead. So, and some of them have just vanished. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? I mean, geez.
Crazy.
Clearly there's something going on there. So, yeah. The fact that he's not interested tells me we should all be very interested.
Full report. 2 weeks. 2 weeks we'll have a full report.
Well, I feel bad for the friends and family of all of those scientists. And I saw some publication today they were like, they put a picture of a bunch of QAnon people and they were like, this conspiracy might be true. And it was this story about the scientists. And I'm like, how dismissive to lump this under the QAnon thing. Like, this is not some crazy conspiracy theory. These are a group of people that all are intertwined and connected, that all have just gone missing or dead. Like, that's not a QAnon thing.
No, and you're right. That is insulting to loop it in with the QAnon thing, because this definitely does need to be looked at, dude.
And by the way, I mean, this has been on the front page of USA Today of late. Newsweek has done stories. Like, this is not just some, podcast, fringe thing. Like, mainstream media is following this because it's messed up.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll check in. We'll check in another 2 weeks and see if we got any more updates.
We'll never hear about it again.
Sure.
So good luck. Okay, I gotta. Here's another one that may divide people a little bit. There's a very short list of things that Trump has done where I'm like, hey, kudos to you. And this is not the topic, but changing the scheduling of marijuana, like, I'm all for it.
Sure.
Down to Schedule 3, I think it is. So good.
Yeah.
Kudos. I always say the sign of sincerity is if you're 100% on one topic all the time, then you're probably not that sincere.
Yeah.
So I can find some things that Trump does that, okay, hey, reclassified marijuana, great.
Nice. His ankle swells, fantastic.
Right, sure.
Like that.
I'm in favor of all that. But two things. So one, the news story out today, and I have scrubbed the internet. I cannot find a picture of this, but you're aware of what he's doing to the reflecting pool at the Lincoln Memorial?
Yeah, I've got a video on it if you want to watch it. If it
About
goes
the
with your
graffiti
story.
today, or
what's that?
About the graffiti story, or the reflecting
Oh no,
pool?
just setting it up. Yeah.
Well, go ahead, play the video then, because there was a new twist on it today. But I also have a comment on the renovation itself.
Okay, here it is.
Okay, so we came down here to see if the National Park Service is actually painting the reflecting pool blue. And they're really doing it right now with blue paint. So it looks like a swimming pool, except it doesn't. But it's happening. And it's so weird and dumb. So Trump says it's only going to cost $2 million. And if you believe that, I have a reflecting pool to sell you. But in the meantime, this is what he said he wants to see out of the new reflecting pool. And I'm going to read this. He said, quote, like in the Bahamas. He said, well, this is Washington, sir. We can give you turquoise. But why don't you try, like, we have a color. It's called American flag blue. I said, that's the color I like. That's a quote from Donald Trump.
Great, dude. Fantastic.
Your fee dollars at work.
Yeah.
That's debatable.
It's breathtaking.
Jim
So
Acosta
moving.
has really turned into a comedian, dude.
I was gonna say, geez, dude, be performing at stand up at Chuckles on Tuesday night. I mean, all right, now first of all, there was graffiti that the reflecting pool was vandalized today because it's empty right there, like they were showing you.
Right.
Somebody, a giant 15 by 30 foot square, spray painted 8647 in the reflecting pool this morning.
James Comey out for a late night run.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So first of all, like I said, I've looked all over the internet. If anyone can find a picture of it, I don't understand how no one got a picture of that, because that would be fun. And I mean, obviously, this whole 8647 bullshit is just stupid with Comey. I mean,
so
obviously,
stupid.
right? I mean, I can't. I find it hard to believe they got an indictment, but it's not going to go much quicker, any further than that. I can't possibly imagine. So funny that somebody did the 8647, but
yes,
based on the rendering pictures of what that thing will look like with the bottom painted blue,
yeah,
I think it looks good.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Have you ever been? Have you ever been there?
No, and I don't know that it's worth $2 million. I also find it awesome and hilarious that he's painting it blue, which happens to be our team's color.
Yeah,
but
I suppose that's a good thing.
Looks good. I mean, what doesn't look good about it, right? I mean, I don't know.
I having been there, and maybe you would feel this way, and maybe you wouldn't. But having been there, I feel like it completely cheapens what it is. It's again putting up the gold gilding all over the Oval Office, or the gold gilding. You know, I just think it cheapens it, dude. It's not a swimming pool. It's not a swimming pool. It's
Sure.
What are they? What is it called? The reflecting pool.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if he painted it gold or something, I would be in favor of it. But I don't know. It looks good in the rendering. We'll see what it looks like in reality. I mean, obviously, that'll be the bigger thing. But
it looks like a pool on the Vegas Strip in the rendering.
Sure. I mean, yeah.
That's not. I mean, were you for him taking out the Rose Garden?
No, I don't think I've been for any of his renovations, but that's the first rendering. I'm like, well, I mean, looks good. I don't know. I don't have to hate everything just because it's his idea.
No, you don't.
It seemed to look good.
Yeah. I say it's a
not worth $2 million. Did you hear our gross domestic product for the first time since I think it was World War II? Our national debt exceeds how much money we're bringing in every year. I mean, that's the definition of just credit card debt.
Yeah.
I'm running up 50 grand a year and I only make 40 grand a year. Like, boy, are you fucked.
Completely, dude. Yeah.
So I would not spend the money, but it's hilarious that it's blue. It does sort of seem like it's going to represent the blue wave coming this fall. Like, that'll all be funny, but it doesn't look terrible.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Anyone else agree with me out there? Anybody?
It makes it look cheap, dude. It really does. I mean, think about Martin Luther King Jr. was sitting there, dude, giving the speech of his life. And think about, he wasn't doing it at the Bellagio, dude. You know,
I know, but since when does beautiful blue water? That's divisive now. I mean, again, not worth the money. Okay,
so stop changing history, dude. Stop changing institutions that we have come to love. Hey, look, I can get a statue. If the guy was, a slave owner, Nazi, I get all that stuff. But as far as the White House, he just doesn't have any respect. I guess that's what it is. He just tore the building down. No approval from Congress, and now Robo lies at the base of the White House, and now we're going to paint a pool, dude.
I just think on that list you just ran down, that's the least important of it all. Like,
well, we're also in a war right now, dude. So are we doing these things?
Totally.
I mean, really, some of the shit that he is talking about right now, I mean, it doesn't surprise me at this point, but it just makes you shake your head. Like, are you seriously putting any of your energy into this right now?
No, he's definitely not. Listen, the timing is terrible, the money is terrible, all that stuff. But the White House looks like a fucking, I don't know, Liberace just puked all over it. Like,
Yes.
yeah, all tacky. This arc thing he's talking about, tacky, terrible. The ballroom is obviously crazy. Painting the pool blue, like, okay.
Let's check in with our friend and colleague Aaron Parnas, dude, and see what else Trump is concentrating on right now, as we're in the middle of a war and gas prices are $6 a gallon.
Okay.
We have some news right now. Donald Trump has just put up a 15-foot tall golden statue of himself at his golf club in Florida. And many are comparing it to Kim Jong-un style, North Korean style statues that we see across North Korea. On the left is Donald Trump's new statue. As you can see, tall, him raising his hand in all gold. On the right is Kim Jong-un's statue, tall, also raising his hand. I believe it might be in copper though, or some other type of metal. And it comes as this is what America's national park passes now look like. You have GW, George Washington, and Donald Trump. Now, this pass, according to NPR, will be invalidated if you put a sticker on Donald Trump's name. So if you're coming to visit the national parks anywhere and you have this pass, don't cover Trump's face, because if you do, it'll be invalidated and you'll have to buy a new one for $80.
Paint the pool, dude. Paint the pool,
Quick plug for his dad's book right here, Shadow Diplomacy, that I have a
yes.
copy of sitting right here.
Very nice.
Because I interviewed his dad. It was a good chat. And I love Aaron Parnas. So that's all good. So that statue, I did a whole story about that several months ago for Really American. It was pretty humorous for a while there, because they paid a guy, I want to say it was in Ohio or someplace, like a statue maker to make that big tacky fucking thing. And it's supposed to be him at the Butler, Pennsylvania thing. And they gold leafed it all.
Yeah.
But then they got a money dispute where these crypto bros that actually paid for that didn't want to finish off the payments, and then they were using the image of that statue to sell the crypto coin. The artist said that you don't have the rights to the image just because you're paying me to make the thing. So they got into this whole dispute where that thing got locked in a warehouse at this guy's farm or whatever. And so finally somebody ponied up the money, because the plan was always to put it down there at Doral. And I don't like any win, quote unquote, for Trump, the fact that they got it out of hawk and got that stupid thing installed.
Yeah.
But I also don't have a lot of sympathy for rich assholes that play at a place like Doral. So yeah, now you all have to walk by that ugly fucking effigy to Trump, and just an abomination, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that in the Bible, something about the gold statues and whatnot?
Yes, dude. Come on. And you know what? It sounds like those crypto bros read the art of the deal, dude. I mean, that's perfect Donald Trump business of don't pay people, and you get into a legal dispute, we'll take it that way. So.
There was a funny story with that. When that thing got installed, there was some professional photographer there. I don't know if it was for the golf course or Trump World or whatever, but a bunch of the staff from the golf course were kind of mulling around. He was like, hey, everyone get around the statue. You want to get your picture taken with it? The staff uniformly all said, nope.
Good God, dude.
Do you want to be photographed next to this atrocity? Nope. Pass.
Nope. Want nothing to do with it. I don't blame them, dude. I don't even know how they work there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they've all been audited since that rejection.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So that's disgusting. And this thing of Trump putting his name and face on everything, I mean, it just, like we talked about, the narcissism, the vanity, it is so fucking disgusting. It is so dictator world. Because the Kim Jong-un, the comparison is pretty good, because they put their face on money and statues and flags everywhere. What do you think about this passport thing?
I think it's ridiculous, dude. I think it's completely unbelievable.
It's funny. I have so many things within reach of me today. So here's my passport.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to open it up and show you the details, but this thing expires in 2029. And I was like, fuck me. Like, will a Democrat be in office by the time that happens? So when I renew this, I don't have to get his fucking picture on there. But the only sliver of good news, they tell us, this is only for the 250th anniversary, It's only a limited thing happening this year. So if you're getting your passport now, you might be screwed. Although I also read you have to opt in for this. You have to select it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different. I mean, on one hand, that even makes it worse because we're giving people the chance to just praise this president.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's another mega thing to buy his gold coin, his Bible, his whatever. So, but yeah, like, do you think anyone has told him? Like, do you know what a shallow, narcissistic douchebag it makes you look like to put your face and name on everything?
I was listening to another report that Aaron Parnas just did, and he was talking about people surrounded by Trump as of late have been talking about the fact that Trump has been talking a lot to other people about the fact that, he's not going to compare himself to George Washington anymore. He's not going to compare himself to Abraham Lincoln.
Because he's better than them.
He thinks that now that he is the best the world has ever seen. So he's only going to Napoleon, Alexander the Great, like all these, old people. So yeah, I think that no one could say like, you look a little douchey, dude, and he would ever listen.
Yeah. I mean, I know he wouldn't listen. I just wonder if anyone is even attempting to tell him. And he said the other day that he is the most powerful person alive.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Most powerful person alive. You remember the gold card, the Trump gold card?
I do. That allegedly thousands and thousands and thousands were sold. Look at all that money we made.
You want a little update on
it? Yes, I do. That's what I tune in for.
Yeah.
You are never going to guess how many gold cards the Trump administration sold. Do you remember this gimmick, the Donald Trump gold card? So last year he came up with this brilliant idea to pay off the national debt. Offer the richest people all over the world the ability to live and work in the U.S. for the low, low price of $5 million. And the White House made a huge deal of it. They issued like a mock-up of the card. They even did an event where they gave the rapper Nicki Minaj an honorary gold card. And during the rollout, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick went on a Trump-friendly podcast to brag about how many he already sold.
And by the way, yesterday I sold 1,000. There are 37 million people in the world who are capable of buying a car.
That's
in case you were wondering.
37 million. That's a lot more than ChatGPT told me. How many do you think you'll sell?
The president thinks we can sell 1 million.
1,000 sold in just one day. I mean, extrapolate that out. I mean, you're looking at like trillions of dollars of revenue to plug the deficit with this just absolute gusher of money coming in from foreign rich people.
I guess he was right.
Except, we just found out what the actual number is. What do you think it is? How many gold cards
Gotta be 1,000.
did this White House sell?
1 million.
How many?
1 million.
One.
Oh, there's no million?
Lutnick, who said he sold 1,000 in a day, just had to admit that exactly one person, one, has been approved for the gold card. And get this, it wasn't for $5 million, it was $1 million.
Wow.
Lutnick claims there are hundreds of people in the queue, although given his record here, all in all, the entire thing has been a complete fabrication. Not the first Donald Trump con, certainly not the last.
Yes.
Right. It's the old, they'll say anything on a podcast or a media outlet, but when they're testifying, because that's where Lutnick admitted to it, when he was testifying in front of Congress. Yeah, we sold one. And I thought they had sold Nicki Minaj the one. I don't know that they actually gave it to her.
Oh, they gave it to her, but it wasn't real. It was a commemorative. It was only an example of what it was going to look like. And if you remember, dude, she thought it was real because, that's why she was there. Have you seen her since? She was trying to get citizenship for her brother.
It's true.
When they told her, oh, that was just a commemorative card, she was like, what? And we haven't seen her again. I don't know.
That is fair. I'm so sorry, Nicki Minaj.
Yes.
You tried to suck the taint of Trump, but it didn't work out for you.
Yes.
So, wah, wah.
I think it's funny, dude. But yeah, that's just how easily, Howard Lutnick, we had questions about him and the Epstein files. I mean, we had proof that he lied about the Epstein files and when he had hung with Epstein the last time and how many times. Now you see this, these bastards just lie all the time, dude.
Yep. They should sell a line of Trump rugs. No one lies like a Trump rug.
Ooh, that's good, dude.
There's something there. I'm workshopping it.
Yeah.
Copyright.
Well, should we get back to this war a little bit, dude? What is going on?
Oh, Nick, I don't know if you heard, there is no war. Okay.
No, it's what? Just because of the ceasefire, or it's officially over?
It never was a war. Come on.
Oh.
No, please. It's an excursion. No, we're up on the 60-day cutoff for this. A president apparently is allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants for 60 days.
Yeah.
So now we're
today.
there. Yeah, exactly. So what do you got? Because Mike Johnson's running around saying one thing today, and Trump's running around saying another thing.
Well, we can watch this clip and see.
Okay.
Mr. President, it's day 60. Are you going to seek congressional authorization for...
Well, no other country has ever done it.
Why would that matter? Like no other
Everyone
country
has our constitution. That's why. No,
It's never been, as you know, most people consider it totally unconstitutional. Also, we had a ceasefire, so that gives you additional time. But no other country's done it. We're in the midst of a big victory. This is a victory like we haven't had since Venezuela, okay, to be honest with you. We haven't had, but, we have a country that lost its way. It really lost its way. That's our country in terms of the military. So many presidents, as you know, have gone and exceeded it. It's never been used. It's never been adhered to, and every other president considered it totally unconstitutional, and we agree with that.
Fuck you. No, they did not. Listen, I know that presidents have gotten greedier and greedier ever since about Vietnam with how much approval they feel they need, but
yes,
they've all adhered to it to some extent. And I love when people say that something that is in the Constitution is unconstitutional. I don't.
It's in the Constitution, dude. Why would you say no other country has done it? Like no other country follows our Constitution.
It's insanity.
Yeah.
And he made the assertion today too that when the ceasefire happened, well then the war's over, so the clock resets or whatever. Oh, I see. And that ceasefire's just been going so well. It's on one day, it's off the next day. What are we negotiating for then if the war is over? That makes no sense. Because he said that today too. No, we're not bombing them anymore. So
they set a blockade and then we set a second blockade. It's pretty brilliant if you think about it.
Not to mention, he's called it a war 7 zillion times.
On day one, dude.
Yes. It's only when he gets caught that he's like, the war we're in, excursion we're in.
Yes. Somebody asked him a valid question of what war do you think is going to end first? Ukraine war or the war you started? This is what he had to say.
On your call with President Putin today, do you think the war in Iran ends first or the war in Ukraine?
Well, we talked more about the war in Ukraine, but he would like to be of help. I said, before you help me, I want to end your war. So we had a good talk. I've known him a long time. I think he was ready to make a deal a while ago. I think some people made it difficult for him to make a deal. But we talked more about Ukraine.
But which war do you think ends first?
That's an interesting question. Coming from you, that's very interesting. Which war would end first? I don't know. Maybe they're on a similar timetable.
So condescending, from you. Wow.
That's his go-to, especially with female reporters. But hey, asshole, you're only controlling one war. So if you just wanted to make some sort of blind, uneducated guess, you could probably say well, I'm the one that started this war, so I guess I have a little more say in this one.
Dude, I can't understand why anyone is fooled, and I know there are people out there that are fooled by this, but when you say, they want a deal so bad, that doesn't mean anything. There's plenty of deals this show wants, we'd love to have a deal, but we're not negotiating towards a deal. That doesn't mean anything for progress of how badly I want a deal.
It's hilarious. When Hegseth was getting grilled this week, he said that, Iran, they were going to have a nuclear bomb, and the senator or the congressman that was, grilling him was like, well, wait, I thought you guys obliterated their nuclear stash. And Hegseth was like, well, they have aspirations for a nuclear weapon, so that's why we had to go after them. And my comment was, my son has aspirations of playing for the 49ers, but I haven't bought season tickets yet because there's a difference between aspirations and reality. You don't fucking bomb a country over aspirations. And it's obviously a bullshit answer. He knows that they get caught on that. So
Such bullshit. So what do you think happens here, dude? I mean, obviously he's not going to go to Congress now and be like, we're backing off. Can we have permission to continue?
No, he won't. And now the question will become, at what point does Congress grow a set and decide to rein him in? Because there's been several efforts for that, and the mega sycophants have all, not been behind it, so it's not going to happen. And again, this is, the founding fathers put this kind of stuff in there so we could have limitations over our, a wannabe authoritarian king. But I don't think they ever thought that one of the branches of government or one of the, the houses would just be such sycophants that they would let that guy get away with whatever he wants. But here we are.
Right.
So. I mean, I don't know. My big question is, will the mega base or the mega elected officials fall apart before or after the blue wave this fall? Will they see it coming and want to get ahead of it, or are they going to wait to be wiped out and then be like, yeah, all right, fuck this war, fuck all this spending, fuck putting your name on everything, stop painting the pool, stop putting gold. At what point will they maybe do that? I don't know.
God, dude, I can't even believe you just said stop painting the pool. Like, that's a thing that's happening in our country right now. Right. Pool guys here.
Yep.
Hey, dude, did you, we were talking about James Comey a little earlier and his new indictment. Did you see his, the segment that Alina Hobbs did on The View talking about James Comey?
No, sure didn't. Dude, I'm not a regular View watcher.
No, but I thought maybe you just saw a clip of it. Do you want to see some of it?
I would like to see it, yeah.
It's pretty interesting because even Alina here can't keep up. She can usually kind of talk herself, a little bit through a conversation, but she just keeps, coming to walls here. So.
Use them. Can I mention one thing, that Matt Gaetz also used that 86 many times and nothing happened to him?
Well, I think we look at everything. I'll be honest with you. Absolutely everything is in context. I don't think anybody is immune to it. I don't think we should be sitting here and nobody has condemned Jimmy Kimmel for his comments. Those were despicable.
Joy pointed out earlier, the president also posted death to Democrats. Do you think the president should be held responsible for that?
When I'll do respect. Seen that post. I will tell you what I did.
It does exist.
Okay. What I can tell you is this. And who was the Attorney General and the DOJ at that point?
Probably Pam Bondi, no?
No. Here's how I feel about this. Here's directly how I feel about this. Nobody should be inciting violence. Period. That's my perspective.
Including the president.
But you have to remember something. The Department of Justice brings real cases. We are not Jack Smith. We are not Letitia James. We bring real cases against people.
No, I know. I actually had the pleasure of serving as a former federal prosecutor at the Department of Justice. But let me ask you this. I do believe that this is a vindictive prosecution against Comey, directed by the president. And so far with little success, because he's done this many times. As Trump's personal attorney, you actually were sanctioned nearly $1 million for filing a frivolous civil lawsuit against Comey, against Hillary Clinton and others, that a federal judge called political grievances masquerading as legal claims. So why should anyone believe this pattern of targeting Trump's enemies is about justice and not revenge?
If you think that the Russian collusion hoax, if you think that the things that we've now seen evidence of in this Department of Justice aren't real, I just tell you to sit tight because things are coming.
Oh, okay. Bullshit. Yeah, that's what Trump always says. The evidence is here. It's coming.
2 weeks. We're 2 weeks away.
Please.
Get rid of this.
And basically,
I do want to move on because,
do your thing.
as I mentioned.
Yeah, I'd like to move on to Whoopi. Jesus. I mean, it's so blatantly, obviously vindictive and going after political opponents. I mean, they sold T-shirts saying 8646. We had multiple mega podcasters saying 8646, meaning Biden, and obviously no one did anything. I mean, how do you possibly prove that just simply posting a picture? It's not like Comey put any extra context, wasn't even his picture, he shared it, to say that that was an explicit direct threat on the president's life. Like, come on.
Yeah,
I mean, it's going to get laughed out of court.
Yes, obviously, I mean, it's all bullshit, but I do have to say, dude, that James Comey, dude, I mean, I know he kind of screwed us with the whole Hillary thing, but I have liked the way that he's handled this. Like, come at me. Yeah. Come at me, bro.
I mean, the reality, I think, of what they're really doing right here with these kinds of things, and you and I have talked about this before, is getting sued, being prosecuted or anything like that cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
And Trump knows that from personal experience, obviously.
Yeah.
So I think that's the real thing. Let's just drag him through the mud. Let's make him waste time and money and stress about this and have to defend himself. I mean, that's probably what the real motive is here, because they know they would never in a billion years get a conviction on this, but they can run up 100,000, a million plus in legal fees.
And it's all the distraction, dude. Whether this is taken away from Epstein or the current war that we are in, or painting the pool, dude. It's another distraction,
Yeah. Have you seen the great pictures of Lindsey Graham this week where he's wearing like T-shirts and stuff that say 6947?
Yes, walking around Times Square
with this bubble wand.
So funny, man. So funny.
I feel bad for James Comey. I mean, but you're right. He did kind of fuck us with that Hillary Clinton bullshit right before the election. So, man.
You ever wonder, like, what if that went differently? Like, what would this world look like today if just that one thing had went differently?
Yeah, it would look completely different. I mean, that's the whole problem. So, I mean, between Comey screwing Hillary Clinton and not literally, and Trump blackmail or paying off Stormy Daniels, who we did screw literally.
Yeah.
That information not coming out right before the election, that did tip the election. That was election interference. And that's what so many of his convictions were about. Everyone's like, oh, it's about, monetary things. Yeah. Monetary things that he used to pay off a porn star to keep a damning story from breaking right before the election. And then Comey, doing it to Hillary. Like, yes, all of that swung it, of course.
What is this, dude? People think this war is funny. You guys really have no idea. We are all fucked very soon. Cheers, U.S.
Well, cheers to you, too.
Cheers to you, mate.
Dude, I don't think the war is funny. I don't really think that any of this per se is funny. I think that we live in a time where if you don't find a way to laugh at some of this, that A, you're just going to cry. But also, like, cracking jokes at Trump's expense is one of the better ways to hurt a narcissist like that.
Yes.
For us to belittle him and mock him and laugh him. He hates it. It's why he's going after Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
I mean, please.
Yeah, please. We're laughing at the absurdity, all right?
Yeah, and not people that have died and all that. I mean, yes, it's the absurdity for sure.
Yeah. Well, what else you got, dude?
What else do I have?
I got a couple other clips, but if you got something.
I don't have anything that great.
Hey, did you see the great Tim Walz video this week?
No.
Oh, here, this is...
dancing on an escalator again?
No.
Joe Rogan told me that was real.
This one is real.
Said it is my last State of the State address. Next year, take it. But the things we implemented will be here for decades.
So good.
How come he didn't have a meltdown and threaten to prosecute all those people for making a joke at it?
Guy can handle his own.
That's hilarious. And why? How do we know they weren't cheering his legacy? Like,
he knew because it was the Republicans cheering when he said it. You know?
No.
But hey, dude, we talked a little bit briefly about the Erica Kirk video, the Janet Jackson Black Cat outfit. Erica Kirk. No, just you and I. I mean,
oh yeah, okay.
Dude, I'm just gonna play the actual video here, and then I'll play another.
And here's what I've realized through all of this, truly, having lived through quite literal hell these past 7 months, if you strip someone of their humanity long enough, you will arrive at the chilling conclusion that they don't deserve to exist at all. Every morning I wake up to a new headline lying about me. I have comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO. And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on and on.
Okay,
well,
so
thanks, Janet Jackson.
She's completely unhinged, dude. I mean, we know that.
I don't know that she is qualified to be running any sort of thing. And I also noticed she keeps soliciting funds and taking money and everything else. So,
yes. And Turning Point USA is still out in effect. They were just here in liberal Washington at the University of Washington earlier this week. So.
They were in Reno. I saw them popping up here. So, yeah, they're creeping all over the place. And, you know, I mean, Crimea River there, Erica, you're doing just fine. And what's with the crazy eyes? What's with the Janet Jackson Rhythm Nation outfit that she was wearing? I mean,
more importantly, dude, than all of that, have you heard her microphone when she was preparing? She was just sitting.
The heavy breathing thing?
Yeah, like not only the heavy breathing, but those mouth noises. I mean, she's really getting juiced up to talk some shit, you know.
Interesting. Do you have that? Or?
Yeah, here.
Oh, sure. Real?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's real gross, dude.
I just got scared.
No, dude.
What the hell was that?
There were a bunch of comments on that video of like, maybe I do believe in the lizard people, you know, like, oh, I mean, she seems like she's from another planet, dude.
Yeah, no kidding. Jeez. Interesting.
Pretty gross.
Well,
Pretty
fun
nasty.
stuff.
Yeah.
You got any other highlights? I got a couple of minutes. I don't know about you. But...
No, I don't think I do. I have no other highlights. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah. Well, like Berlin here says, she's not a part of the Rhythm Nation. She really is wearing the Janet Jackson outfit. What's up with that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think she just thought it would make her look like, I don't know. I was going to say an assassin, but that's probably the wrong word, you know.
And by the way, was Candace Owens saying that she killed him, or just there was a conspiracy? Like,
I think Candace Owens is basically saying that there is a conspiracy, and she thinks that Erica is a part in the know, you know.
Yeah.
So
whatever.
It's not completely out there.
It is not. Well, all right. This has been a cathartic show. I was in the mood to discuss some news and in a fun way to vent some frustration with this country of ours. So,
oh, there you go. We did it. Any plans for the weekend, Steve?
Yeah, ride some dirt bikes tomorrow. That should be fun.
That was a test, dude. I was going to make sure you're not going out and buying from Amazon or anything today.
Oh, am I not supposed to?
No, today's the day, dude. And the protest has been fairly large.
The May Day, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's been good. Probably not anywhere near the No Kings thing. But no, I didn't order anything off Amazon today. So I've done my part.
Good.
My cats won't have any food, but, besides that, I stuck it to the man.
Go down to Burt's, dude, your local grocery store. That's who we're supporting today.
Nice.
And every day we should be, right?
Yes. Very good.
There you
All
go.
right, people. If you want to contact us directly, you can go to thevocalminority.net. You can email us. It'll come right to us, and we'll respond to you.
All right, y'all. Have a good weekend. We'll see you Tuesday. Enjoy your weekend and try and relax a little bit, dude.
And that'll do it for another edition of The Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve. Thanks for joining us on the Really American Media platform. Check out all our social media wherever good social media is found. Until next time, you tiny little bastards, good day.
Good day.
And we say bye-bye.
Tiny little bastard.